With your connection to local agriculture, I'm Joanna Guza. We are spotlighting local county fairs thanks to Festival Foods, supporting our local farming communities and its future farmers since 1946. The Manitowoc County Fair is happening August 23rd through the 27th, and we are joined with fair exhibitor Sam Chynoweth. She is from Mishicot and will be showing through the Mishicot FFA. Sam, what are you showing at the Manitowoc County Fair?
So I have shown alpacas in the past, but over the last 2 years, I've been showing dairy cattle. So this year, I have two entries. So I will be showing a fall Holstein heifer calf named Airfare, and then a winter yearling Holstein heifer named Shotgun.
Well, let's back up a little bit because you just said you showed alpacas. Can you kind of give us like a quick Cliff Note version of how you show alpacas?
So I showed for 3 years, and pretty much there's multiple different things you can do. There's showmanship, there's a class called halter, there's even one called the Great Race, and obstacle. So the obstacle course was the most fun one. That was my favorite. And you pretty much walk them around and just get them accustomed to you and to establish that relationship with them. An obstacle is an event where there's like a tarp. So you walk them across the tarp because it's an unknown sound to them. And when they're walking across that, something they haven't done before. So genuinely, it freaks them out. So it's kind of like a test between you and them in a way. So making sure they're comfortable with you, walking them through all those things. They'll have a rag pull where they go under a rag and it touches their back and it brushes all against them. That one was really fun. So yeah, I did. I showed alpacas for 3 years. It was very fun for me.
That is really unique. First time I've heard of showing alpacas, but let's focus in on those dairy animals that you're going to be showing at the Manitowoc County Fair. You know, since the beginning of the year, how have you been preparing for the fair?
So I show through a farm called Milk and Air Dairy in Two Rivers. Vanna herself is one of the owners of the farm, and she shows. So I've kind of developed a routine. So when I go there, I go every week, and I kind of start just by grabbing one of them out, putting their halters on, and just walking them around, getting them used to me being in control, having them follow my pace, and making sure they know I'm leading them and not vice versa. So I'll do that for a while. And then what we call our show ring. So it's kind of just this really big space between her shed and one of their barns. And Vanna puts 4 rocks in like the peaks of the oval, and I'll walk around that oval with them. And when she's not busy, she'll be like the judge in the center of the ring and give me some pointers. And I'll walk backwards with them and just getting them used to walking that slow pace and following me. So I'll work with them on all of those little things. And then that takes about over half the time I spend with them. And then I bathe them. So just rinsing them off with the water first, feet going up. And then I lather them with their soap, making sure I get all of their manure off and everything off of them, working their legs, getting their hoofs clean, getting them used to having water in their face and washing off their tail, just all of that. And then rinsing the soap off and letting them get all the excess water off, letting them dry for a little bit. And then I fly spray them. And then usually when I'm letting them dry, I grab the other one and just repeat the process. So I do all of that. And just also, Vanna goes to a lot of shows. Like I said, she shows. So I like to visit her at her shows. And I like watching what she does, watching the show that goes on there, watching all of those showmen. She's also sent me some great videos to watch that I can take some things off of. Just also reminding myself of my corrections from last year, since last year is my first year showing dairy. And just reminding myself of those corrections that the judge gave me as well. So
it sounds like Vanna's a pretty big role model for you when it comes to showing animals. What's the biggest piece, like life lesson you've learned from Vanna with showing animals?
Ooh. Vanna has taught me a lot of like just some excellent basic pointers that just give me a boost when I'm showing, but she's kind of just taught me to roll with it. Whatever happens, like obviously when you're working with an animal, they can't converse with you or communicate or anything like that. So you kind of just got to roll with the punches. And she's kind of just taught me all the different ways to handle them, and really remembering that every animal is different, not just like physically how they look and how they're judged, but their behavior, and just learning how to handle all of those things. She's given me some really great pointers on how to handle them and establishing that I'm in control. So she just really knows how to work them animals, and she's taught me a lot about that, and it's really cool. I'm
Yeah,
just in amazement watching her.
that is really special that you've had those opportunities to learn from her and then even get to go see her show in the show ring. You were talking about how you kind of mimic a little show ring. When your dairy animal does something good, how do you reward them? Do you give treats or kind of just say a positive affirmation to them? How do you reward them when they do a good job?
We give kisses.
An actual kiss?
Yeah, I'll kiss them right on the snout. They like, especially Airfare. Well, they both are. They're both like big dogs to me, honestly. Airfare just gets so excited. She does what we call a little happy dance. I don't really know how else to word it. She just gets super excited and bouncy and jumpy. So when they do something good, I just really try to like, because they can sense your emotions. So I try to just be really happy and just be like, that's my girl, and just kind of like, so those positive affirmations, and I'll give them kisses. They love kisses.
Right. Oh, that's really cool. And we might have to get a video of that so we have proof that Sam Chynoweth from Mishicot FFA is kissing her dairy animal when it does a good job. Thanks for sharing that with us. Now let's talk about the final preparations when it comes to Fair Week. What are some of those items that you're doing to make sure you're ready for the Manitowoc County Fair?
So like I said earlier, just establishing who's in control. That's really important, making sure that like my relationship with them is so they know I'm the one who's in control. So Vanna's given me an excellent pointer that when I'm walking with them and I have my hand in their halter, they see my arm. So they know that it's there, that I'm the one pulling them, that I'm the one guiding them and leading them. And if I ever move it, it kind of just gives them a leeway to like move their head and try to break that dominance. But it's kind of just making sure that they know that, as well as just remembering all those little pointers to make me look most professional, make my animal look most professional. So she's reminded me to keep my elbow up high, kind of like aligned with their snout, I guess, just kind of keeping it high and tight to them and firm grip, as well as keeping their head up high so they look their absolute best, as well as both of my heifers have this. They have that dewlap, that extra fold of skin under their neck. So just tucking and holding that back so they look their best. What else? Also remembering like the last month, so in August, as we get closer to Fair Week, over like the last 2 weeks, I start to come basically every day and just really focusing on that fake show ring, like knowing how to set their feet up for when the judge comes, and not knowing when to switch when the judge comes. Also getting their pace down, so making sure they know that when we're in that show ring and when I'm walking backwards, that means they're going to walk really slow so the judge can look at them. Also remembering the questions the judges will ask you in your classes. So they'll ask you their birthday, their sire, their strengths and weaknesses, and just knowing your animal and being knowledgeable about your animal. And then also getting them ready. They have to get their clean shave, a shiny coat, getting their top line ready, and just remembering all those pointers so that I look the most professional, because they seem little, but in the end they add up when you're in the show ring. So making me look most professional and them.
Right. Well, I can tell you're a good student because you're definitely taking notes on how to be well prepared for the Manitowoc County Fair. So from showing alpacas to now showing dairy cattle, what has the showing experience taught you?
It's definitely taught me a lot of patience. I am a very impatient person. Working with them has taught me just that I need to take a breather every now and then, and I need to really be patient with them because, like I said, they can't converse with you. They can't tell me how they're feeling. They can't tell me what's agitating them, what's bothering them. So I just need to learn how to be really patient with them and working with them and making sure I'm spending the time with them that they deserve so that I can really work with them to the best. It's also taught me that every animal really is different, like not just by looks, but they really are different. Both Airfare and Shotgun have their own strengths and weaknesses. I've worked with Shotgun in the past. I showed her last year, so she kind of knows what to expect. Not her first rodeo, so I know how to kind of handle her a little better. But since it's my first year with Airfare, she hasn't been to as many shows as Shotgun has. So just kind of learning how to handle both of them differently and really focusing in on those things they need to work on and really making sure they know what they're doing good so that they keep doing that. And it's also just taught me how to have a hard work ethic, because no matter if it's really hot outside or if they're not behaving or if it's really cold outside, I have to keep working with them. I have to make sure I'm giving them the time and effort they deserve. And it's just so cool watching them from late spring to late summer, seeing how much they've come along and how much they've changed and how much they really have taken in and learned. And it's so cool watching them in the showing. No matter if we do really bad or if we score super high, I'm going to be so proud, just because it's going to feel so cool knowing that my hard work is paying off. And every year without fail, I just feel so happy when the shows are over, because, well, happy and sad, but just so happy to see them, to see how much they've changed. And it makes me realize every year, this is why I do what I do, because it's so cool.
Yeah, it's so rewarding. I mean, you get the experience of showing the animal, but then all those life lessons that you're learning that'll carry on into your future career. And speaking of which, what are some of your future career plans?
So it's kind of in the works right now, but I am particularly interested in animal science. It's kind of just been an ongoing thing. So I currently work at the Mishicot Veterinary Clinic, and then I help out Vanna every now and then at Milk and Air Dairy, since that's where I show through. I've been job shadowing her nutritionist there. So I've just been kind of poking around, making all these different connections to evaluate all my options and see what really interests me. So I've been working everywhere from small animals to livestock. And I've kind of learned I really love working with livestock. So that's hopefully something I will pursue in the future. Yeah, that's pretty much where it's at right now.
Well, it sounds like you have everything in order, even for how young you are, that you're so prepared for your future, and great job shadowing and learning more about what you want to do. Because, hey, you never know. You might get into the thick of it and be like, hey, not for me. So good for you, Sam, for diving in and trying something new. We've been talking with Sam Chynoweth. She's from Mishicot, and she'll be showing through the Mishicot FFA at the Manitowoc County Fair happening August 23rd through the 27th. Again, this was sponsored by Festival Foods, which is supporting our local farming communities and its future farmers since 1946. Best of luck at the Manitowoc County Fair, Sam.
Thank you.